What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction, and in this one we have unexpected things about the Netherlands. Dutch culture shock. Before we dive into this, if you guys happen to enjoy it, you know I need you to smash that subscribe button, get a video a thumbs up, let's find out what's going on in the Netherlands.
The Netherlands is a unique country with beautiful homes, windmills, and canals. But since moving here, we've also experienced a bunch of unexpected things that we've never seen anywhere else. So today, we're going to share with you the 10 most unique and sometimes straight up weird things we've encountered since moving to the Netherlands.
Let's do it.
Goedemorgen and welcome back. Today we're going to be sharing some of the things we had never seen before moving to the Netherlands. So let's get right into it. With number 10, no one really wears a helmet when cycling. With how common cycling is here in the Netherlands, you might be surprised to know that most people here don't wear helmets. But there's a good reason for that. The Dutch have built pretty incredible infrastructure that exists just to protect cyclists when they're biking.
Perfect.
As opposed to when cyclists aren't biking. I don't know. Children are taught at a young age how to ride bikes and follow the rules of the road. 27% of all trips in the Netherlands are made by bikes, so this means that people who are in a car will almost always have to share the road with a cyclist on their journey. And this creates an awareness and willingness to share the road that's pretty much unmatched in any other country.
Oh boy, I would get in so much trouble riding my bike without a helmet when I was a kid.
Yeah, when you're a kid in the US, you're basically told that anytime you're on the bike, you have to wear a helmet. But here in the Netherlands, the only people that wear helmets are tourists.
Yep.
And it's a good way to find out who's a tourist when you're in the bike lane.
I will tell you, as a kid growing up here, I never did wear a helmet here in the U.S., but I think times have definitely changed more so now. And so, yeah, kids, they definitely going to have helmets on. Shoot, might have the knee pads and the elbow pads too. But definitely helmets because America is built for cars, and it is not the friendliest place for bikes unless you live in like a nice little neighborhood where there isn't much traffic at all. That's nice, but other than that, get them a helmet. That's dope in the Netherlands, though.
Number 9,
you don't need them.
People here are obsessed with fireworks. We're not unfamiliar with fireworks.
Videos.
It's a big tradition that happens several times a year in the US,
gets dangerous.
but it is absolutely next level here. In the weeks leading up to New Year's Day, you'll begin to hear fireworks in the evening, and it all leads up to New Year's Eve when it's nonstop all across the city from around 11 p.m. to 3 a.m.
We've actually brought this up before in some of our videos, and our subscribers have told us that it's common in big cities, but it's apparently even more intense in the smaller towns and villages, which
Dang!
I can't even imagine. The laws on fireworks vary depending on where you live in the Netherlands, but generally they're illegal except between 6 p.m. on New Year's Eve and 2 a.m. on New Year's Day. But in Rotterdam, they're outlawed completely, and that really didn't seem to stop anybody. Number 8, the Netherlands has absolutely incredible parking for bikes. If you find yourself in a Dutch train station, take a look around for a sign that says Fietsinstalling. It's going to lead you to a massive section of the train station that's completely full of bikes. Around 40% of train passengers in the Netherlands bike to a train station every day, and many have a bike that they park before they get to the train, and then another bike waiting for them at their destination.
That's so freaking awesome.
And we're not just talking about a bike rack in a covered area of the train station. They have their own routes and ramps, easily allowing cyclists to enter and exit and be on their way really quickly. Many also offer repair shops, so you can drop your bike off when you're getting on the train and pick it up when you're on your way home. To top it all off, the first 24 hours are completely free, and after that, it's still pretty cheap. And if your bike does get stolen from one of the secured areas, NS will reimburse you up to 750 euros. That is shocking. In a good way. We haven't used the bike parking at a train station yet, but after doing some of this research, I really can't wait to try it out.
Can't wait to get your bike stolen?
No, I mean, if they
You want to buy a new one?
Will they give me more than my bike's worth?
No, I doubt it.
Dang it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
Number 7.
I think that's cool. I did know that there were more bikes than there were people in the Netherlands, but I didn't think about the fact like that they park it in one bike rack, take the train, and they have another bike waiting for them in the next area, and they use that, and then park that, take the train, come back to their original bike. That's pretty cool. Like I didn't think about that, but that's dope. And then yeah, I've seen videos about the Dutch with some fireworks. Y'all be getting dangerous with them fireworks. Y'all be getting scary with that. I think it'd be the youth mostly. The youth just be getting scary with them fireworks.
There are urinals for you to pee in, but they're outside. Now, public restrooms aren't super
What you
common
mean?
anywhere in the world. At best, you may run into a restroom on a street that you can use for a nominal fee. But you will find these urinals scattered around the Netherlands, especially when there's some sort of an event. And here's a strange bit about them. There's
Oh,
not really any
wow.
privacy outside of these pee curls that you might find in Amsterdam. There's just a
What?
spot to pee in, right in the middle of the square with no walls or anything. But people do use them, so much so that pretty much everywhere that we've gone to in the Netherlands has been free of that pee smell that you'll find so frequently when you're visiting a big city. So using this urinal was a pretty weird experience for me, but honestly, it didn't really matter because I was just really happy that I was able to pee.
Of course.
It is important.
That is pretty much what you're looking for when you're out and about and you got to use the restroom, and
I
I
can
don't think the rest of
understand
the
that.
details matter.
Yeah, having to pee can really spoil a trip.
Having
Facts.
to worry about where you're going to pee
Yes,
can
yes.
really spoil a day trip.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing that gets me is I wish they had a female version of this. The Dutch built an island, they can figure out how to make a female urinal. Number 6, Dutch people seem to
I feel
really
that.
love licorice. The Dutch love licorice of all kinds, minty, honey, and even salty varieties. This isn't just
Ooh,
a special
I'm
occasion
not a
thing that you
licorice
might
fan.
only find at a candy store. If you go into any grocery store in the Netherlands, you'll find one half of an aisle devoted to it. And
Dang.
the average Dutch person consumes around 4 pounds of licorice every year. So why is it so popular? The short answer is it's an acquired taste that many people have from a very young age. Also, it's said to have a soothing effect on the throat and sinuses, so many people will carry it with them to get them through those really rough Dutch
Well,
winters.
there you go.
And the licorice here is very different than the varieties you might find in the United States.
Okay.
It's less sticky and sweet and meant to be enjoyed more slowly.
I'm sure we'll get comments noting that red licorice in the United States isn't actually licorice.
What is it?
True.
Yep,
It is.
I like it.
Number
I
5.
don't like it. It's trash. Them Twizzlers, never. Hate them. Hate it. I don't think I'd be a fan of licorice anywhere. So not the Netherlands' fault. It's the licorice fault. But yeah, those urinals were very, very interesting. Never seen anything like it before. I mean, they do serve their purpose. If I had to go, I would definitely be willing to use them. But it's just very interesting, like, to the fact they're just out there and there's not the most privacy with them. And then you ain't building nothing for the ladies. What the ladies gonna use when they out and about?
5. The Dutch do trash collection like no other. So imagine you live in the Netherlands and you need to get rid of the trash in your house. Well, if you live in a big city, you might see a trash can near your home that looks like this. And when you first look at it, you might think, there's no way that's big enough for everyone's trash. Well, it is, because 80% of it's actually underground. Visually, this is much more appealing since it doesn't take up too much of public space.
Also, if you live in the city, you might be given a little card that allows you to unlock the dumpster. But if you're walking down the street and you've got a little bit of trash to throw away, there's generally like a little opening on the front of the dumpster where you can do that.
Hey!
So the way that this works in a US home or an apartment complex would be like you have your own trash bin and you drag it out to the street and it gets picked up like once a week. Or if you're in an apartment, there's like a giant dumpster somewhere in the parking lot that you just throw all of your garbage
It's
in.
funny you mentioned that because I think more commonly, especially in a bigger city, there's a hole in your
Oh, right.
like a covered hole in your hallway at your apartment building, and you
That'd
dump it
be
in
fire.
there, and it stinks and
Oh
it
my
is
gosh.
dirty.
Oh,
It's so
does it?
smelly.
Yeah, so walking like
Oh.
half of a block
Oh.
to go to this like covered underground dumpster thing is just great.
Number 4, congratulating everyone on your birthday. If you find yourself
That's
going to a
new.
birthday party in the Netherlands, be prepared for everyone to congratulate you. You'll likely hear people say gefeliciteerd, which means congratulations in Dutch. And it's not because you did something amazing, but because you know the birthday boy or girl. Instead of wishing the person who is celebrating happy birthday, it's a Dutch custom to congratulate them and everyone else who is at their party. But that doesn't just extend to those at the party. Are you their girlfriend, their neighbor, their parent? Even the colleagues of your mother might congratulate her, even if they don't know you, just because they know it's your birthday. I could not find
That's
the origin
interesting.
of this tradition, so I hope someone knows it, and if you do, please leave it in the comments below.
Number 3.
That is very, 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 very interesting. That's very different. I love different countries and different cultures. They're always cool. And then with the garbage thing, yes, I never had a shoot, but I thought a shoot would be cool, but I didn't think about the smelliness of it. So I guess that's a good point. I just thought about the convenience of it. Most apartments I lived in throughout my life had like a dumpster in the parking lot somewhere you could just take it to. Now the apartment I live in, we have our own trash bins and they come pick it up once a week.
The Netherlands has free sunscreen at many beaches and public spaces. Did you forget your sunscreen at the beach?
Oh.
No problem, because the chances are good that you're going to find a free sunscreen dispenser nearby. The Netherlands began offering free sunscreen this year at beaches, parks, and festivals in response to record levels of skin cancer.
Oh.
The hope is that if an investment's made upfront in providing sunscreen and educating people on how important it can be, it'll reduce the cost of healthcare later on. In many cases, it was pretty easy for them just to convert the hand sanitation stations that they recently built because of, and just turn those into free sunscreen dispensers. And we've also noticed that sunscreen is actually pretty expensive here in Europe compared to the US, so it's good that the government's offering it for free because you do need to wear it. It's important to wear sunscreen.
It is. Like that song.
Like that song from 2003 or whatever.
No one remembers that song.
No one remembers that song, but
no idea.
Good message.
Wear sunscreen. Do
I think I did.
Every day.
Did I react to this?
In the U.S., using sunscreen was definitely instilled in me from a young age. Like, I remember my mom making me wear like a t-shirt and sunscreen when I was going swimming. So
the sunscreen was on top of the t-shirt.
Number 2, be aware that you might find an environmentally friendly towel dispenser in a public restroom. In our travels, we've seen many different ways of drying your hands after you wash them. Maybe it's a disposable paper towel, maybe it's an air dryer, or nothing at all, and you bring your own hand towel with you. But this one is definitely the strangest. Let me try to describe it. At first glance, it looks like a disposable towel dispenser, but the towel doesn't detach from the roll. Instead, you pull the towel down, wipe your hands, and then it'll retract the used portion of the towel back up. And when the next person comes along, they pull on the towel, and it's ideally a dry, fresh part of the roll for them. In our experiences, it's typically still wet from another person's hands. Maybe we're using them wrong.
But they're better for the environment since there's no paper waste, so we really can't complain. Number 1.
I need to make sure they ain't wet. But that's really cool. I really like that. Like, I think I seen that in like was it like Only Fools and Horses? I've seen it before in some kind of show. Shout out to the Netherlands, and big shout out to the Netherlands for providing free sunscreen for you saw record numbers, and Sia Cantor said we can handle that. Free sunscreen. There you go. That's something that's absolutely amazing, and the Netherlands is incredible for that, man. Put your people first. So investment up front leads to less problems down the line where it becomes more expensive.
There's horse meat for sale at butchers and at restaurants. Horse meat is commonly sold at butchers in the form of paardenworst, which is a smoked horse meat sausage, or you can find it at a restaurant in surfvlees or stoofvlees, which is a horse meat stew, and you can even put that on top of your fries in some places. Hey, it's Alex from 2 Days in the Future. Just wanted to note that I'm rewatching this video now, and I realized that I'm mispronouncing stoofvlees and surfvlees. Just a good reminder for folks to make sure you're taking Dutch language lessons as soon as you move to the Netherlands. Otherwise, you're going to pick up some bad habits that are hard to shake. Anyway, back to the video.
Alex,
now, it does seem like it's a lot less common than it used to be, because when we'll hear about a restaurant or a butcher shop that still has this, it's commonly called traditional, or it's one of the few restaurants that still serves it this way. We've been able to try a few versions of it. There's a local butcher here in Dordrecht who sells paardenworst. We tried surfvlees in Maastricht.
It's really good. It tastes like tender pot roast.
And we had the stoofvlees on our fries at the Wendy's in Hoos.
Oh, that look good.
It's always really good. But in the US and many countries, horse meat can be used to refer to cheap meat. And in 2013, they found horse meat mixed into meat labeled as spicy beef in the UK, which upset a lot of Brits and led to this very humorous meme. So what are some weird, unexpected things about where you live?
Let me see. No, they promised beef. There's horse meat. Authentic.
So what are some weird, unexpected things about where you live? Let us know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Dewey.
I would love to try some horse meat. I think that'll be really cool and very interesting. It's horse meat. That's dope. But that is all we have for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. I'll see y'all next time.